Here's part 2 of how consultative selling started and how it's evolving. Last time I mentioned Jeff Thal's book, Exceptional Selling, his idea that there's an evolution of the sales mindset, and he has 3 eras, and era 1 was persuade. And I got into sales in 1972, and that was the era. And the mindset was, you got to close them. This is the record album that my boss played in a sales meeting, J. Douglas Edwards, and his 13 effective methods for closing the sale. I played a clip from that last time. The mindset was the sale doesn't begin until the prospect says no, because then you can overcome an objection. And then if there's another objection, overcome another one. And finally, you wear the prospect down and the prospect buys and you have a sale. And that's what it's all about. But that's not what it is anymore. There was a second era, and that's solve problems. And I attribute that to Larry Wilson. This is Selling on Purpose, a cassette program he recorded live in Sydney, Australia Entertainment Center, June of 1985. But I want to take you back to the late 60s or very early 70s. Larry Wilson is taking his daughter to the University of Minnesota for her freshman year. Beautiful campus, a little different in the wintertime, but she's off at an orientation, and he goes to the University of Minnesota bookstore, and they're having a used book sale, and he picks up Client-Centered Therapy by Carl Rogers, pays $1 for it. This was written in 1951. The 70th edition came out in 2021. But Larry Wilson reads this book, and he thinks this is what selling should be. And he designs his own seminar based on client-centered therapy, which is really, it had its own Wikipedia page if you want to read more about it. But basically, you listen non-judgmentally. This is not a patient, it's your client, and you're trying to work with her, in this case, to solve a problem or to get to a different place, and you listen non-judgmentally. Carl Rogers put it this way: when someone really hears you without passing judgment on you, without trying to take responsibility for you, without trying to mold you, it feels damn good. And so really that's what we do in consultative selling. Where do you want to go? What's in the way? And we try to solve problems with them. In 1972, Larry came out with Counselor Selling, the Larry Wilson Seminar, and he was off and running, doing business all over the world, founded Wilson Learning Systems. Larry's no longer with us, but one of his last books was Win-Win Selling. And really, if you look at the subtitle, Turning Customer Needs into Sales, that's what consultative selling is all about. The 4 bullet points down below: build trust with customers, discover their needs, help them succeed, and improve your results. And that's the mindset of the solve problems era. 1979, I was thinking about getting into speaking, but I wasn't a speaker yet. And Non-Manipulative Selling came out. Tony Alexander, Phil Wexler, Rick Barbera. Tony went on to become a Hall of Fame speaker and had a great career. He's 74 years old. 44 years later, he's still doing YouTube videos about non-manipulative selling. So if you want to just explore that further, please take a look at that, Non-Manipulative Selling: How to Build Trust, an interview with Dr. Tony Alessandro. Next time in part 3, we'll talk about era 3, where we are now. And the mindset is you become a source of business advantage by meeting with people. It's an advantage to them because you brought them information that no one else knew or no one else brought them, and you helped them even further. Looking forward to producing that. Talk soon.